Welcome to Ilivision.
Adonis, the hottest, most handsome guy in Greek mythology. Imagine your favorite Hollywood hunk. Well, Adonis would put that guy to shame. Not only was he exceptionally handsome, but Adonis also had the unique pleasure of having not one, but two goddesses fighting over him. And by goddesses, I mean bona fide deities who called Mount Olympus home. Although one lived in quite the opposite direction, Hades, the underworld. But before we delve into Adonis's charmed life, we have to address his rather unfortunate birth. Greek mythology is notorious for its unsavory tales, and this one is no exception. You see, an Assyrian princess named Mira incurred the wrath of the goddess Aphrodite. As punishment, Aphrodite cursed her, not just swore at her, but cast a spell upon her and made her form a union with her father. This unfortunate and unsavory union lasted for several days and resulted in Mira becoming pregnant. The father, the king, who in his defense had no knowledge that it was his daughter, was understandably furious, but took it out rather unfairly on the poor princess, even though she had absolutely no control over her actions. As her father banished her from the kingdom, chasing her sword in hand, she appealed to the gods for help. They answered by turning her into a tree, a myrrh tree. With all the power the gods possessed, you would have thought that they might have found another solution, had she not been through enough. Anyway, there she was, stuck as a tree and pregnant, and 9 months later, the baby, Adonis, sprung from the tree. Aphrodite was besotted immediately, recognizing his potential for unparalleled beauty, and thought, bit young, I'll wait until he's older. You see, Aphrodite had quite the reputation for getting around a bit, so she decided to give him to the goddess Persephone, the queen of the underworld, for safekeeping. Unfortunately, Persephone, in time, finds the beautiful Adonis equally attractive and also falls in love with him. And hey, it's incredibly boring down there in Hades, so Persephone spends her hours of leisure with pleasure with Adonis. All was going pretty well for Persephone and Adonis until Aphrodite came to reclaim her man. She wants him, Persephone wants him, all hell breaks loose. The conflict is so great that Zeus himself has to get involved and adjudicate. Zeus decides that Adonis would spend a third of his time with Persephone, a third of his time with Aphrodite, and the last third with himself, presumably to rest up a bit. But I guess, unsurprisingly, he chose his third to be with Aphrodite. I mean, she was the devastatingly beautiful goddess of love, and he had spent a great deal of time with Persephone. Guess he just wanted to be fair, even things up a little bit. So Adonis is living the life. Above ground, below ground, one goddess here, one goddess there. Both goddesses seem to be cool with Zeus's decision, though an ancient Greek satirist, Lucian, does have Aphrodite complaining that she has to share Adonis with dear Persephone. I wish I could tell you that this love triangle continued happily ever after. But come on, this is Greek mythology. Where's the tragedy? Well, here it is. Adonis, in addition to being a great lover, was also a lover of hunting, despite Aphrodite's many warnings of the dangers. And this time, karma got involved, and he died after being savagely attacked by a wild boar. Seems that it wasn't all physical for Aphrodite. She was absolutely devastated and beside herself with grief, and as such, she created the anemone flower to commemorate Adonis and their love. There is a second version of the story where Adonis spends half his time in the underworld with Persephone and the other half above ground with Aphrodite. Either way, win-win, two goddesses. Lucky devil. Moral of the story, carpe diem. Seize the day, enjoy and live life to the full. To you, be you.